Steph's. Abe and Arthur's. It's a great place.
Gentlemen, please.
What is this? I don't know what this thing is.
This is
alcohol?
Is this alcohol? All right, so guys, as I said, Game Crashers started in 2009. We've been going strong since then. We had a really tough year this year, but we're going to be doing some really awesome stuff in 2013. Everybody... This is how it starts off.
This is like that 30-year shit that I had a kid.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Just like that, yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, it's been a fucking blast so far. Doing this stuff on Twitch TV has been fucking absolutely awesome. Doing this show, doing it live the way we do it every year is a treat for us, I think. I don't know how you guys feel.
It's fucking fun.
It is fun.
It's
And,
fun.
you know, you guys hanging out in the channel and you know, being here doing this. We are recording. Yes, we are recording. Yes. As to start the cast.
After 5 years,
all right,
we've figured it out.
After 5 years, we're still...
Boris is back.
Good. You get to join us in this celebratory
Because he was there from
moment.
the beginning.
Yeah, Boris and I started this fucking crazy train together, and we're still
was it
driving
Carlo?
it straight into the ground. Oh yeah, and Carlo, yeah. Carlo, he wouldn't say he fathered this thing, but then again, he won't talk about who he's fathered these days. So, that's he sired someone. Never mind. But yeah, so here's to
Game Crashers.
Game Crashers. Maybe another year of doing this, and another Crashstravaganza a year from now.
I want some scotch.
Oh! Wow.
Oh, snap!
Oh, boy.
Damn.
Man,
That born.
Sean became a man today.
Hair on your chest?
What's going on, guys?
Your balls just dropped.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
You've been lifting, bro? Do you lift? All right, everyone. Yeah, baby. That. All right, so the next category is...
Husband, hair on your ass. This will put hair on your eyeballs.
This will put hair on your toe.
So,
Good, right?
what's the category?
Fuck you.
No, that's it's good. I expected.
Damn.
I in my mind, I thought I was gonna taste it. Like I've had some liquors where you get the smell, of it right away, and it burns. But then you taste it, and you're like, actually, it went down really smooth. I can taste the butter and the aging. That tastes like it smells powerful.
It's powerful, yeah.
Powerful.
This is the scotch that Lafroig fears. That's how this when Lafroig goes to sleep,
heard
he
legends.
has nightmares of the Port Charlotte 7. That's how this works.
Oh no. I pronounced his name wrong last time, so I'm not gonna say it again. He's talking about switch it up to tequila.
Rum.
No.
I don't drink tequila. I don't drink tequila.
Tequila is never the start of a good idea.
No, it's the end of a really bad night is how that works.
Yes.
Start really bad.
As far as I know, no one has ever said, "Hey man, you know when the night got fucking fantastic when we broke out the tequila and just started pounding it left and right. The night improved so just like Old Granddad bourbon. Me and my friends, before we get into this, me and my friends have a thing for Old Granddad Kentucky bourbon straight whiskey.
Right.
It's some of the nastiest shit you'll ever have. We got it because we were at a bar and we saw a bottle covered in dust. And we said, whatever's under that, can we try that? It's been a passion of ours since then. We hate it. But never once have we all looked at each other and said, you know, when we start hitting the Old Granddad, things just went to another level.
Nice.
The party got crazy when we start hitting the Old Granddad. No, it's always like, dude, we were hitting the Old Granddad, and then things just started happening,
In another world, this could be the malt liquor cast, which would just be...
One time,
And we started murdering people because this music came on.
and then we started playing Hotline Miami. I don't know, there's bodies.
my friend
everywhere.
Ryan, I was at a party waiting for him to get there. I had bought us a bottle of Old Granddad. Everyone at the party was like, "Oh, you should start drinking some of that." I drank 4 glasses, threw up, passed out before he even got to the party. He came in. He was like, "Where's Marks with the Old Granddad?" And they were like, "Oh, well, he's face first on the couch, and the Old Granddad is next to him." And he was like, Damn you, old granddad!
Old grand.
Oh my
Man,
god.
there's a bottle of something I have on my shelf that we literally bring people in and be like, hey, take a look at this. Do you have any idea what the fuck this is?
Drink it
Yeah.
live.
And then we make them drink it. It's like, the
yeah.
label says TOP, and I have no idea what the hell that means.
I will literally say like there are certain bottles of let's say like vodka and scotch that you can have 1, 2 people, 3 people kill it easily. You kill this bottle, you're dead. you drink.
It kills back.
It will kick you in your teeth.
No, that's when like
and
that.
they'll shit it out.
This is what like you and 4 friends drink after you just like robbed a cocaine dealer
Yes.
for like $4 million.
Or to usher
Yeah.
in a happy year of game robbing.
So on to the
Or
award.
your gaming
Game
website.
waiting.
So on to
yeah,
the
exactly.
awards.
It's like they're right on the same level almost.
That reminded me of the way we said that of that great part of Arrested Development when it's like hey, do you do tricks? No, I do illusions. Tricks are what a whore does for money.
Or candy.
Or candy.
Okay.
So-
what?
So this is the
category?
phase of the show where all the technical difficulties start, right?
That's true.
No, that's the beginning of the
Hell
show.
to the motherfucking no. That again, 4 hours.
I
last
could kick
night
to the
working on
computer.
this. From there, I'd like to see that. No, stop! Don't do that.
I'll use the portal gun.
No, the portal gun. Well, actually, the portal gun should get passed around. All right. So, what were we up to?
After DLC was
best plot twist.
Oh,
Oh, man,
right.
do I not have almost anything for this category?
All right.
this
I
year.
have one.
Yes, Sean and I have
Spec Ops.
Spec Ops.
The line.
Yep.
Spec Ops.
I will say, the Dragon's Dogma does not have a great story, but towards the end, there is a really neat
I've heard
twist.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've got one for the future.
That's not allowed.
Yes, it is.
That's fucking cheating.
Whatever is in
Bioshock
that
Infinite
fucking
is gonna
box
have
in
the best
Curiosity is going to be the plot twist of 2013.
Do we still not know what's in there yet?
Nobody has any idea. Yeah. Projected date of opening is like August next year.
Isn't Peter Molyneux like the only person who knows?
He and like
what's
one
in the
other
box?
person in the world knows what's in the box. But
What's in the box? What's in the box?
you got
It's
it?
her head. Come on.
Obviously.
Tor Oil set notes Walking Dead. Yeah, there's
It's
some.
Tanner. Call him Tanner. It's
Okay. Yeah, why you got the name, yo?
Taroy won, but no one pronounces it right, and even I didn't pronounce it right just then. No one. He made a name no one could pronounce.
Noise. Anyway, Tanner. Walking Dead. Yeah.
Rum just
Right.
smoked you, dog.
Rob winning a
Motherfucker.
League of Legends match. But just seriously, holy shit. Spec Ops. There's multiple twists in that, and all of them fuck you
They're
up.
all bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
never
they
a
were all
good plot
bad.
twist.
I do have to say that the one thing that blew me away of the games that I played is when you found out that Dr. Wily was actually the mastermind behind turning
Dr.
industrial
Cossack was
robots
not actually.
It was just his
against
daughter,
the
right?
City.
Was that?
I'm just so upset and disappointed with this cast right now. We'll just leave it up there.
I mean, it's amazing.
So Soylent Green,
They
by the
set it
way,
up in such
guys.
a way that you think it was Dr. Light the whole time, but then, like, they turn that corner and you're like, whoa. It's like entering the Matrix.
This would have been the perfect point to troll our audience and just spoil all games with fake plot twists. Be like,
Yes.
yeah, man, I can't believe through the entire Assassin's Creed series you're actually playing as Hitler. Like, who would have thought that? Like, wow, fantastic.
You know, I have played only half of Assassin's Creed 2, but from what I've heard, that seems plausible.
I hated the part in Mass Effect 3 where you started playing Event Horizon. It was fucking terrible.
Oh man, I want to play that game now.
I can't believe Dishonored actually takes place in modern day Portland. Who would have thought? Because I've never been to Portland, so I don't.
Metro 2033, you come above ground and it's Detroit.
All right, that's believable.
Game Crashers, all your hard-hitting 2012 coverage.
Oh my god, that's
Are we done with this category? I didn't think there was
yes.
much this year.
No, I have one, and it's just the only one
Ops.
that I can think of is Assassin's Creed 3. There's
Oh,
a couple
yeah,
of really
with
good
the-
plot twists
yeah,
in there,
yeah.
but, and some that really suck. We'll get to later on. Okay. Best ending. Did everybody go?
Yeah.
Everybody went. Best ending.
I will say, Spec Ops, the motherfucking line, cause. Oh.
That's how it made you feel.
So, I really don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't want
Brian,
to.
listen,
don't.
if you weren't here, we would so spoil the shit out
Oh,
of that.
thanks. Yeah.
But I made the
just
right.
bought it on
I did
Amazon
all
right
the
now.
endings.
What's that, David?
I said I just bought it on Amazon right now.
Good man.
so-
Well, then
man.
allow me to
Good,
tell you
big
the
call.
ending.
Yeah.
No.
There's multiple endings. I tried all of them, but the first one I chose was the right one, and oh god.
The first one,
Chero, did you know Commander Shepard was Kaiser Soze? It was the limp. It was a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Kaiser Soze.
So that is definitely the best ending of the year. It's incredible. Turn the screws. I'll just say FTL because the rest of you haven't seen it. It's actually not that impressive.
I'll go. I feel like this wasn't a big year for really great endings. My runner-up, this was going to win until one specific point in the game. I really loved the way The Darkness 2 ended.
Oh.
And then, like I said,
Yeah.
credits roll, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the credits roll, and I'm like, man, that was really just the way they ended that was just beautiful, and man, that's the way that story ends. And then something happens after the credits that completely annihilates that beautiful ending scene.
Did you finish Black Ops?
No, I'm like an hour from the end.
Okay.
And here's the interesting thing about Black Ops is the ending is so variable.
It's actually kind of neat.
It's kind of neat in that
More than neat. It's awesome.
it doesn't really. There's only a few points where it's like, would you like to save or kill this person? I was like, well, I'll say this because I'm going to talk about Black Ops 2 in a
Black
little
Ops
bit.
is actually kind of impressive. That
Yeah,
for that.
But I haven't gotten to my ending yet. My
Okay.
ending.
I'm just gonna. There's a stupid piece of shit after the credits in that game that kind of ruins whatever gravitas that game had. Except the game didn't have that much gravitas to begin with. So I
Yeah,
didn't care.
I'm dying to talk about this post-credit thing in The Darkness 2. Does
think
anyone
I know-
mind if I get
I
into
think I know
it?
which
For
one
it?
you're talking.
Okay, everyone on
Is
everyone on the cast. Well, let me everyone on the cast. If you haven't
In the
played The
chat,
Darkness
yeah.
They
2,
make it feel
Give
like
me a
happy,
sign
beautiful-
when you're not talking about this, all right?
They make it feel
What's
like a
that?
happy,
My
beautiful.
earplugs out.
what's that, Rob?
I said, give me a sign, like on the.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'll get-
we'll wave at the
I'll give
camera
you
when
the
we're
finger.
done.
And what we'll say out
Okay,
loud.
Boris, I'm going to count down to me spoiling. It's everyone on the cast.
sounds good.
I'm going to spoil the ending of The Darkness 2. We're going to wave at the camera when it's okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the end of The Darkness 2, you've gone through, you're haunted. The story is beautiful. You're haunted by the ghost of your dead girlfriend. There's all these great moments, like you're walking through the carnival where you met her, and her ghost shows up. And the carnival, whereas before it was broken down, now it's all back, and there's all people around you. You see her ghost in a diner, and she dances with you. And at the end of the game, you finally go into hell to save her.
Yeah.
And you do. You save her from the clutches of the darkness. And she comes up to you, and, you think it's going to be this big, long scene. And he says, I just wanted to tell you. And he's about to say, like, I'm sorry. And she's like, no, we don't have much time. And she just puts her head on his shoulder, and the credits just go down. And I was like, that was fucking beautiful, man. I'm sitting there watching it, and then it gets to the end of the credits, and then I see it come back up, and I was like, oh no.
No, I remember this
Because I've read the comic, and I was like, no, don't do this, man. Don't do this. And then, it says, press E to let her go, or whatever. And you let her go, and she turns into, like, this winged demon hellspawn who is in the dark, in the continuity of The Darkness, a big villain. But it's like, did you have to do that now? Because you ended it on so, and she's like, and now you will be doomed to eternity in hell as I rule the earth. And she flies off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Darkness
3, motherfuckers. And it's like, how do you go from this ending that's like, man, just true love, and he went to hell. He went through hell to get her, and it's like, what are you, a pussy? This is a shooter. Darkness 3 is going to fuck you up. It's going to kick your balls straight up into your chest, motherfucker. And it's like, wow, that was a letdown.
That was the signal right there. Now you can come back.
Okay,
Boris.
come
Yeah,
back.
All right, so come back, and in a few seconds we'll also say again. So, Darkness 2 spoilers over.
Darkness 2 spoilers are
All right,
over.
for the people
So, yeah,
listening to this
the,
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
kind
don't
of-
worry about
kind of
them.
a
So,
weird
actually, in a few
end.
seconds I'll say it again.
What's that?
Yeah.
If they skip ahead.
Kind of That's kind of a weird hand gesture where everything you've been doing up until then has also been waving. I mean, halfway through your explanation, I was half expecting Brian's head to combust.
He was pissed off.
Those were actually voodoo curses on you.
So anyone who skipped ahead in the other thing, we're done with the Darkness 2 spoilers. So you can skip back.
But
a few
my
seconds,
winner,
but yeah.
I guess it would be Spec Ops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel cheap with this because, like, this was like last year's or something. So Nier's ending,
Oh,
You
sounded
should
fucked
feel
up.
cheap.
definitive one.
Spec Ops.
Is it me?
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Come at me. Mass Effect 3 original ending. It blew my
Alright.
mind. It was fucking great. It was fucking great. They fucked
And
it up.
Vegas had to
I
ruin it.
understand that it was a black and white choice and then a third choice that was gray. I really enjoyed the ending of that game. That was satisfying for me. So I don't have a run out because I actually didn't finish that many games this year. So
Yeah. I mean, I'll say the ending to XCOM was kind of surprisingly good for a strategy game that didn't have that much of a plot.
Yeah.
So that was kind of neat.
I played Portal 2 this year, so
That is
there you go.
that's got an awesome
Got a great
ending.
ending. Oh my
God,
Not 2012, but
I can't say there are many games that were released this year or maybe released in the future that can top that ending.
Yeah. Agreed.
And
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a couple of years.
someday there will be a Portal 3. I don't know how. I don't know what.
Whatever.
Unless we go to Alpha Centauri and what? And it's
Yeah.
Space.
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 We've already been to space.
Let's go to space.
Where do you go?
Let's go to space.
But
I want to go to space.
what else is there? Maybe they don't do a Portal 2. I hope they don't do a Portal 2. in fact.
3. Yeah.
No, I hope they don't do a
think-
Portal 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for you. I hope they don't do a Portal 2 and all of us gather around Rob. We have some bad news.
Rob, we're from the future.
Yeah.
We're the
You
present.
gave it your game of the year. No, you didn't. Is that everybody?
Strangest game. Period.
Strangest game. Oh, this one's fun.
Well,
So Brian.
so Sean and I.
Me and
How about
Brian.
Spelunky?
Uh-oh.
Well, I'll go first because I have two runners up, and then I know my number one I probably share with Brian, so we'll do like this. My two runners up. Now this is purely coincidental. I did not know in the course of doing this that they were both by the same developer. I just I picked two games, and it turned out they were the same developer. Hotline Miami, and another game they made, a freeware game called Keyboard Drum Set Fucking
Oh
Werewolf.
yeah. I forgot about
had
that one.
no.
That's a cactus joint as well.
Yeah, that's Cactus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Jesus
sounds
Christ.
fucked up.
But the strangest game I played this year, and you really well, Frog Fractions.
Frog Fractions.
Oh my
good one.
lord. Okay,
good
so
one.
Frog
Yeah.
Fractions.
I was trying to figure out what could beat Hotline Miami.
Okay, so Frog
Jason,
Fractions.
play Frog Fractions.
I
So
will.
it starts
Oh,
off-
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'll play it. I meant to play it before this podcast because I heard so much about
Yeah.
it.
It's an educational game.
It's an educational game.
teaches you
It's for kids.
I like
it's for kids.
It's a
not
mind
putting great
fuck. What are you
fractions,
talking about?
It's a
Have you played
great
it?
way to
It's
teach your kids
educational that
fractions.
drugs fuck up your brain.
It's
as
a
is
great way to
highlighted.
teach your kids math. It's a great,
It's a great way to teach
put
kids
your
to
kid in
trust
front of
nothing.
that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't decide if I wanted to lock on targeting or not.
I think there's actually a bunch of games that came out this year that are clearly funded by like the an anti-drug movement of just this is what your brain will feel like playing these games on.
I was a little shocked that they
living life on
assigned a
drugs.
Strawberry to be my lawyer in court. That was weird.
All right, stop talking
all
about
right,
this.
all right. So,
All right.
That's discrimination right there.
the guy who made Quap, which went on to make
GURP.
GURP,
Flop.
Yeah.
which he made Clop
GURP
too.
was
I didn't
pretty
play Clop.
strange.
GURP
But
is fucked.
GURP,
up.
GURP is awesome.
I like
What is
GURP. I
GURP?
actually like
GURP is
more
a
than
game
Clop.
about mountain climbing,
Yeah.
Oh.
in which it involves you fucking up your hands on the keyboard.
GURP is far more playable than Quap.
Have you played Pole Riders? Now that's a game about competitive.
I don't know if I want to play that game. Actually, what are we talking?
It's a game about pole
Rob's very
vaulting
good at-
combat.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice. Wow, you played some weird games this
Oh,
year.
we're going to weird.
I play a lot of
places
weird
with
games.
this.
Yes, I want to be the guy guiding. It's
Dude,
probably
like
up
I
there.
liked GURP, but I found Clop nearly unplayable. And I'm the kind of person who finished the race in Quap.
Oh god damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boris, by the way, have you played Super Hexagon?
Oh yeah, well I don't have an iPhone, so I'm
It's on
waiting for it to
PC.
come out on Android. But yeah, no,
the
I
moment-
played it on the
literally
web
the
browser.
moment I started playing the game. I'm like, Boris needs to play this. He needs to play this, and he needs to get further than I did after playing it for an hour within a couple minutes.
Well, I completed the game in my break in whatever they had actually
Fucking
on
asshole.
the website, which I think was only like 6 levels.
See, this is a serious. Oh, seriously, I was just like, I'm waiting for this. Go on.
I guess I'm the only one here who's played this. Tokyo Jungle.
Oh shit, nice.
Oh,
That is a
geez.
weird game.
Fucking nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. Hotline Miami, close second. Primal Carnage.
What?
Primal Carnage.
Primal Carnage.
that's the
Dude, that's
dinosaur
the
shooter.
one.
shooter. Yeah, wanted to play that.
Is that
the
really
dinosaur shooter.
that strange though?
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous. Asynchronous dinosaur human
Dinosaur
shooting,
on man
fighting, yeah.
carnage.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And you would think
the only
playing as
thing-
the humans would be a disadvantage.
The only thing that would be stranger is if it was a fighting game and it was a sequel to.
Primal Rage.
Right.
That's what I think that's what we both
Yeah,
thought when you
yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
Interesting
I
fact,
thought
you know
it
that
was a
Primal
sequel to
Rage.
Primal Rage.
Interesting fact, you know that Primal Rage can't really be emulated anymore, like the way it was
Yeah.
initially intended.
Yeah.
Because the developers built in some anti-piracy technology into it that still never cracked properly, and now they don't remember how to or something like that. There's some chip in the original
Wow.
arcade board that they don't remember how to uncrack, and now you'll never get a really 100% fully emulated
I can
copy
crack it
of that
for 'em.
game.
Hey, Rob, tell us more about Tokyo Jungle. Is that the one where you're like a
Tokyo Jungle
bodybuilder? You
is
strip.
basically the. I mean, without getting into spoiler territory, the basic premise is, and there is actually a story to that game if you can believe it. Mankind has disappeared. All that's left of
right.
the animals, and you start from the lowest part of the food chain, work your way up,
yeah,
and
that's
unlock
right.
different animals that you then you're spawning. You know, the next generation every couple of years, and it's a survival game. It's just basically last as long as you can and unlock them as you move along, and it's fucked up. It's just like, thank you, Japan, for making the games you make, because that would not be made here. So thank you, Japan, for being Japan, because that's what we need. We don't need you to fucking make the Gears of War shooter.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a terrible game.
I haven't gone.
Who else? Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
Octodad. I'm seeing in the comments.
Oh shit.
Octodad's
Good choice.
older game.
Is
Yeah.
it? All right.
Yeah,
I
the
think there was
sequel's
a
coming
new
out. The
one.
sequel's
Oh,
coming
yeah,
out,
yeah.
but it's not out yet.
Or
I don't think it's out yet.
For me.
Hotline Miami,
Hotline
yeah.
Miami, absolutely.
All right, so yeah, Catherine easily. Thanks, Japan again.
Oh yeah.
And Nier was obviously a very strange one, but not in the same way that Catherine was, where it's just this mashup of completely nonsense things that, for whatever reason, went together really well.
Boris's strangest 20-something game of 20-something.
What?
Took a year.
You know, I'm not gonna complain too much about it because this literally is like the first year where I'm actually able to talk a lot of about games that came out the same
just,
year.
I'm,
Like last year, I was just like,
that's my job as the host.
Skyrim,
give
I
people
guess.
shit. Are we on to the next category?
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
surprisingly good game. Oh man, this one's got a lot.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
I'll go.
I got a good one.
Oh, you
All
go
right.
first.
Angry Birds Star Wars.
Was it good?
It was surprisingly good.
All right.
Which is all you need.
Okay.
It's Angry Birds. It's got some
Which sucks.
cool features, you know.
Like
And
being good.
it has a lot of fun fucking around with Star Wars.
Okay.
It is a very lighthearted take on Star Wars,
Sure.
you know.
So, otherwise, you should play Lego instead of that.
If
I
you,
hate Angry
if you
Birds.
hate Angry Birds, fine. But, you know, me coming into it a little jaded about this sort of thing, like, yeah, it was not bad. It was pretty good.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Okay. Runners up. There's a lot of stuff that I thought was gonna be shit this year,
It's-
but it's hard to.
It's gotten better, dude. It doesn't have that same kind of
Because it got
like
warmer,
gonna kill
maybe?
you smell.
That's only
to it.
because you let it calm down. You're gonna wake it back up.
The more he
Just
shakes
sleep,
the
don't
glass
wake
up.
it.
Yeah, don't. Let's see. Runners up. I mean, I didn't think Sleeping Dogs, after what that game had been through, was going to be half as good as it was. Ghost Recon Online, when I heard that Ubisoft was doing a free-to-play shooter, I was like, well, that's just items are going to cost $700. They did a really good job with it.
That's impressive.
I will say, Rob, too,
Yes.
Mech Warrior Online has matured into a surprisingly good game
shit.
from
I
its
need to play that
initial
again, yeah.
from its initial state.
That's what I've heard.
It's gotten very strong.
what
I
I've
almost
heard.
Did you
prefer it
play
to
Hawken?
Hawken at this point. Hawken I like. I prefer Mech Warrior Online, truthfully.
Hawken, for as much praise as I've given it, is a little one note. Mech Warrior has got a lot more.
Mech Warrior is sort of expanding now. They're rolling out this mode I think called Mercenary Ops or something, where literally it's a persistent
Mercenaries.
It's a persistent world where players can hire mercenary teams of mechs.
Risk is much higher in Mech Warrior Online than in Hawken. Like your positioning, when you decide to strike, when you hold back. You know, the roles between long distance, mid range, and short range mechs. There's a lot more strategy and thought that goes into everybody. Everybody's got to be on their game. Hawken is very much like the first person shooters mech game.
Yeah, which the thing is, when I saw that, I was like, why wouldn't I just play Call of Duty or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
we're going backwards.
Team Fortress 2, yeah.
I just want to throw out there for strangest game, McPixel.
Oh yeah, McPixel.
I just don't remember that.
I'm not done yet. I haven't named my winner yet.
Oh,
go winner.
My winner name. I can't believe I like this game as much as I did. COD Blops 2.
Oh, yeah, all right.
I can't believe anyone who knows me knows that I'm on record for just my general dislike of that series. I've bought almost every one, and I've been like, I was like, this is. I always get them, on sale, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try COD Blops 1, and I'm like, this sucks. And like, all right, Modern Warfare 3, all right, I'll give it a shot, and I was like, I don't like this at all.
Other than Team Defender.
And other than Team Defender with Jason, but then COD Blops 2, I actually got with a gift card, and I was like, oh yeah, it activates on Steam, and I was like, oh. I'll install it, but I'm not saying I'm going to like it. I really liked it. They finally, Treyarch, I think Treyarch is no longer the B team. They're the A team. They went really all out with this. Plays great on the PC.
I love the characters, like there's a lot more character to
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
not just sort of like the villain actually has a motivation this time. His motivation isn't I'm Russian.
Yes.
Like he actually has a motivation this time. I wouldn't say it's malleable as something like Mass Effect, but a nice effort on their part.
I really like that. And I think Black Ops 1 and 2 did this as well, but I like that it's not a silent protagonist. Like you are a person.
Yeah.
Like
you are a person who talks and says shit.
Yeah.
And it goes surprisingly, I was surprised what they did with Mason from Black Ops 1.
That's true.
I maybe should have thrown that in as plot twist, but I wouldn't say a twist.
That's
it's just
true.
like it's not, and it's one of the first games I've played in the Call of Duty series that isn't all rah 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 America USA. America is dominates. There's a
actually I will argue against you on that thing.
I haven't gotten to. I don't know what part I've gotten to yet.
No. I'm just saying the. I don't want to go along with this, but the Call of Duty games have actually been surprisingly subversively anti-American in the fact that basically all the plots are America tries to do something, fucks up terribly, and the British have to fix the shit. I'll say that. I'll just put that out there.
Yeah.
But
I just like I mean, if I was making a top 10 list on my year, it probably wouldn't be on there, but it certainly wouldn't be on the bottom 5 like it used to be.
Yeah.
So good job, Treyarch.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying myself. Shockingly.
I will say,
go ahead.
My winner is Spec Ops: The Line, which did not know what the hell to think about that beforehand.
Also, another game that doesn't demo well.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, the demo was awful. The demo was bad.
And then even after it came out, like I heard a bunch of stuff about it because I didn't play it for like months after it came out, but then like it first got a hold this wave of people being like, "Wow, this is really interesting," but none of them could talk about what's so interesting about it because like they don't want to spoil it. And then there's this big backlash against, well, the gameplay blows and all that. You know what? I really didn't have a problem with the gameplay. I think I told you, Rob, is that like, you know what? I haven't played that many cover-based third-person shooters. I played the first Gears of War. I don't think GTA 4 fucking counts in that conversation. Like I really haven't, and so I was like, oh yeah, man, Gears of War 1 was fun. I enjoyed, like, this is interesting, a little bit of kind of combat puzzle thing going on there, and then the story kicks in, and you're like, oh fuck. So that definitely, and then same kind of like Sleeping Dogs, and then also The Walking Dead, because Jurassic Park.
I guess I'll go. Chivalry, without a doubt.
Nice.
Like the moment that I realized that there were two games out at the same time that were essentially trying to go for the same audience, and everybody was talking about how great War of the Roses was, I was like, Chivalry, oh God, there's another one.
Right.
Like, how can this be? This has got to be, I don't even know. And I played Chivalry, and I was like, fuck War of the Roses. And that was that,
Cherokee, right the fuck on. If there's one mod I want,
Oh, man.
it's Chivalry's combat in Skyrim.
I really
that
agree
would
with that.
be
I still love Skyrim.
fantastic.
Oh no, Skyrim's great, but
Yeah, but it could be better, sure. And then I guess Natural Selection 2. I was
Nice.
I never played Natural Selection 1. I kept saying that people were like, Natural Selection 1 was great. I'm like, I don't
yeah, I had no idea. No.
And Dust.
Remember that? That's quite a surprise. Remember, like, sorry, going back to Natural Selection 2, when we played that at PAX East, like, I had heard of Natural Selection 1, and I remember you came, like, going up to, like, Jason, what the fuck is this game? And this game is awesome.
Yeah. You know, it looked great. I actually didn't even get a chance to play it. I was just thinking to myself, oh my god, it's the Aliens and Predator game I always wanted.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. And every time I mention that game, when we were at PAX East looking at that game, I was always looking over at the Alien Colonial Marines going like, the Aliens Colonial Marines guy going like, are they looking at it?
Yeah, true.
Are we? It's that.
True.
Motherfucking shit. It's a little feels a little strange. And Dust. That game looked gorgeous. I did not expect that game to play.
Yeah,
as
no,
well as that
I
game
really
is.
thought it was going to be like a crappy Miramasa kind of type
I
thing.
didn't know if it was going to be crappy per se, but I didn't know if it was going to be either memorable or fun to play.
Right.
Because those games can go either way. So I was very impressed by that. All right, I'm done. I don't know who else needs to go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I don't know. Again, having played so much crap, it's really hard to say that there's anything that surprised me because if there was any game that I played and did not feel repulsed by it, then that would have been a surprise. But most of these games did not live up to even unrepulsed. So, but what I will say is that the Miracle Mask, the Professor Layton game, I did not expect to like as much as I am as quickly as I did.
Right.
Like, that was a game that I anticipated
thought it'd be
liking,
fun,
but I'm thinking about it more than most games after I stopped playing.
Right.
Like that
Sticks with
just
you.
it impressed me in the proper ways. And then I'll say Catherine. I really had to like empty expectations on that. I had no idea what I was getting into.
And it got
and-
such mixed reviews.
Yeah, I was happy with what I came out with.
I don't think a game has been more divisive than Catherine
Yeah, no shit.
from 2011. Maybe not from
Absolutely.
this year, but
No.
there's certainly
Yeah.
that game was a love or hate. There was no middle ground. It's not like,
Yeah.
it's kind of good. It's like, fuck that game.
Right. Or like, oh, this game.
Oh, God.
Well, like Dead Island,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
a couple other.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we're done there?
Yeah, we're on to best gaming moment.
Oh,
of
this is going
2012.
to take a while.
Oh, yeah. Can I go?
2012 had quite a few. Go for it.
All right, so war stories.
No
Let me tell-
spoilers, though, right?
No.
right.
This is from XCOM.
Okay.
So XCOM is the game that produces war stories, and I want to tell you the tale of War Dog. So Marte, War Dog Anderson from Norway, biggest fucking balls in XCOM. So she was an assault, and I was going on a mission with quite a few high-level guys, her, and then this like rookie. And so it's a crash-landed UFO, and we're kind of along this, like on this ridge line or whatever on the side, and we're fighting mutant elites. And this first time I had met these motherfuckers, and they're badass, and we're in a battle against these guys. And then, but things are going okay. And then suddenly, fucking sectoid commanders, 2 of them, pop their heads out of the UFO, and now sectoid commanders are enemies that can mind control you. And only the previous time I'd met them, like I'd met just one of them all by itself. And prior to, the game is entirely about cover. It's all about like getting your guys safe and in cover, except when you see sectoid commanders, because their attacks can go through cover. So your strategy totally changed, and you just bum fucking rush them and try to get them. But like everyone's pinned down mutant elites. I don't know what to do. Oh, War Dog, can you help me out? And so she sprints into the UFO, like completely exposed. I felt like awful. I'm like, she's gonna die when I send her in there. She goes in there. Fucking rookie gets mind controlled. He's all fucked up and screaming. There's some other enemies that attack me, and so I have to send some of my other guys off to a flank. And while War Dog is just fucking shit up all by herself in the UFO, and then we're getting down to it. I kill one of the sectoid commanders. rookie gets fucking mind controlled by the other one. Kill him as well. Seems like the rookie's going to be fine through this. Then a grenade gets thrown at the rookie, knocking him flat to that point where he's like incapacitated and is going to bleed out in 3 turns. And there's that terrible noise, beep, beep. And I'm like, oh no. And then like my only medic is far the fuck away and rookie's going to die. And shit, there's only one Mutant Elite left. And War Dog, War Dog is there, and she's got a ghost armor. And I'm like, you know what? If this is the first time I've met these Mutant Elites, I really would like to capture one of them instead of kill them. So I put the invisible armor on. She sneaks up behind him. I've got one of my other guys doing the suppression. Just like literally, I think it would the next turn. If this had failed, if she had failed, she would have been blown away, and the rookie would have died, and it was all gonna go to shit. Goes and captures the enemy, and boom, end of mission. Scream, everything's fine. And I just love the thought of like the rookie later on going like, why did you go and waste time going and capturing the alien rather than shooting it? I could have died. And pure professional War Dog being like, well, what do you mean? We were supposed to capture him. And I don't care about you. So that's my story of War Dog. And then we're going into the deaths. A few missions later, rest her soul, War Dog got blown up by a car.
You could not have a
So
more
sad.
ignoble ending. And then a car fucking blew up on her.
Oh my God, that was crushing. 'Cause I had a few other people who died, but that just like, fuck no, War Dog. And then one last part. So you know how awesome like the random nickname generator is. So I needed another assault and another little a Greek woman who I started leveling her up, and then she got her nickname, and it was Mad Dog. War Dog came back to life.
I love the idea of you at your computer with a tear rolling down your face.
Yes.
Like, yes, this is how it should be.
Yes.
She would have wanted it this way.
Clutch moments in XCOM are the most amazing moments ever. Where it's either for me it's either everybody comes back alive or somebody does something so fucking clutch you jump out of your chair and just like oh my God! It's like I had one moment where
Are you going now?
it's the same. I just have one story real quick. I had lost like 3 members of my team, like my best sniper, like one of the new guys, and like somebody else was like dreadfully injured.
Yeah.
Like lucky that there was more than just his face left.
Yeah.
That kind of bad.
Yeah.
And the 2 guys are in the ship, and all of a sudden it goes from, like you said, from well we could kill this fucker to well shit at this point we gotta capture this son of a bitch. And
Start getting greedy.
what happened
Usually
was,
when you get greedy in that game, everything goes wrong.
oh God, yes. And I did get greedy because at one point I didn't realize that Overwatch and Defense give you the same chance to react. If an enemy force or a friendly force defends and you enter into their range, they will
that's
retaliate.
Overwatch for them, yeah.
But it's not an Overwatch. You can do that on your characters too, or no, maybe it's just for the aliens. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it gives them a reaction shot. It's not Overwatch. It's something else.
Right.
And what happened was I had 2 guys in a hallway, and the guy I wanted to capture down here. And I think the guy who did it was Waffle Poner, and it's Waffle from the chat. I don't think you can hear. Excuse me, guys. But essentially, one guy was covering him, and I thought, like, I didn't give him time to trigger cover fire, and I thought Waffle could just go up to him and just, like, drop kick him and, like, tie him up and welcome to Earth, his ass, which would have been fantastic. And so he's running up there with the gun to capture them, and literally I see him start moving. The camera whips around to the point of view, like over the shoulder of the alien, and I went from he's gonna
Oh no.
and time came to a crawl.
Nice.
And I could hear the dirge playing in the background, and I went dun 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 dun, and then all of a sudden he bossed it. He just carried it like it was kind of like as if the shots hit him but glanced off.
No.
It was like one over the shoulder, one over the arm.
Nice.
It's like
Zoom.
lasers fire out of his chest.
Nice.
It's like, you know, it was so boss. It was just like, I'm just fucking getting this guy. And he just walks through, like, dodges all the lasers, gets right up on him, gone.
Nice.
And he's like, get the fuck out of here. It was wonderful.
awesome.
It was wonderful.
So my runner-up is going to be I already said the running through the pot fields, shooting people with shotguns in Far Cry 3. And I've got another war story from XCOM, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, cool. I'll do my runners up first. Number one, runner up is the scene with Thane in Mass Effect 3. If he survived to your game, your last scene with him, when he's saying the prayer. I don't know if everyone's game is so variable, but if you got to Thane and you had a good relationship with him and he said a prayer, that's a great moment in that series. Probably my favorite moment in the series. Runner-up would be Rob, me, you, Burner, Chess Dragon, PlanetSide 2, defending the abandoned mine.
Yes.
Literally, it's
Yes.
us four
Yes.
sitting there. We're all Vanu, and just like we're like, literally, Rob is setting the waypoint. He's
To
like,
the next
he's like,
location, yeah.
first of all, when the Vanu eventually takes over the planet, Rob's gonna be supreme commander. Rob literally sits there on chat. We're heading to the north. No, fuck it, not the north. No. They got the high ground there. We're not going there. All right, I'm gonna set a beacon.
I say again, I played way too much PlanetSide.
We've got another Vanu or
Another
Another
Vanu.
Vanu.
How did a filthy Terran infiltrate this?
He's NC.
And the NC guy is still in here. I can't help but notice this is a little weird
This
in a
is
Vanu.
this is our
podcast.
base. This is locked.
This is our
Don't come into our house.
But no quarter given.
No quarter given.
But so it's like us. There's like 4 or 5 of us just chilling out, and Rob's like, "All right, I'm gonna set a waypoint. We're gonna have it for here. Marks, maybe you grab a lightning and you grab a sunder." And all of a sudden, I think like Chess Dragon or something's like, "Hey, I just killed one of these fuckers. There's a Terran here," and it's like, "Oh." Okay, and then all of a sudden I think Rob is like, whoa, I'm getting shot at. There's Terrans here. Literally, all of a sudden they placed a spawn beacon. They start coming over
the mountain.
like probably about 15 or 20 of them against like 4 of us.
Nice.
And it's like, and I come over the chat and I'm like, we are not surrendering this. They are not getting this. You shall not pass. And then all of a
Isn't
sudden,
that where
maybe,
the air vehicles showed up?
all of a sudden,
afterward?
like the fucking air support started showing up, and then maybe I want to say we got an extra 3 Vanu to come in and help us. And I told all these guys, I was like, if we turn away this invasion, we are the most boss motherfuckers on this server.
Yes.
And we did 35 minutes of combat.
Wow.
And finally, we destroyed their spawn beacon. And I guess they were like, fuck this. This isn't worth it. And they left. But
Nice.
I felt like awesome.
fucking
But my
righteous.
favorite, though, is from XCOM.
Yep.
Allow me to weave you the tale of Sergeant Chainsaw.
Sergeant Chainsaw.
I had a cat named Chainsaw. Chainsaw died. So I decided in memoriam I would name an XCOM soldier after him. But he was a rookie.
Oh God.
Oh no.
So we get in there, and I think it wasn't a terror mission, but I want to say it was in like China or something like that. And you
Go on.
you get to it was a UFO crash landing.
Oh,
That's it.
Yep.
And who are the guys in like the big robes? What are the
the ethereals.
Yes.
Yeah.
An ethereal comes out, okay? Now,
Shit.
I have this was a mission where everything was going wrong for me. I had a guy taking cover behind a car, and all of a sudden a tall, thin man showed up. So I had the camera swiveled, and I was like, oh, fuck, because I hate those fuckers. I threw a grenade at the car, not remembering one of my soldiers was on the other side of that car, killed everyone. It was one
cars.
of those missions.
Yeah.
I'm down to like 3 soldiers or something, and I'm like this, and one of them's Private Chainsaw, and he's right up front when the ethereal shows up,
Oh no.
and he panics.
Of course.
And you hear
Of
his
course.
character go,
Oh no.
oh no, gets up with a shotgun and blows it away. as he gets up, one of the alien thin men takes him out. He dies. He was that alien guy who was on Overwatch. And I was sitting there and I was like, he gave his life for us.
Yes.
Because I was not
Yes.
beating that ethereal.
Yes.
And I just went
Good man.
I went to the wall and it was like, Private Chainsaw. And I was like, even in the afterlife, buddy,
You're giving it up for me, dog. And it's just like, these are the things that, like, I
Yeah.
named a soldier after my brother. I went to great lengths to protect my brother in that game. He was a sniper. And when he died, I was like, fuck. And my wife's like, you okay, sweetie? I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Dude, I was going into a point of that game where 5 countries, literally 5 countries, were about to just say,
Were
fuck
you playing classic?
I was playing Iron Man. Oh no, I was playing normal Iron Man.
Okay.
And 5 countries were about to back out because the problem was that I didn't have enough satellites up in the air, and so
Satellite
I'm
needed.
ignoring. Yeah, I'm ignoring
fuck you.
everything. I ignored a UFO. I ignored another thing. I was like, no, fuck you. We need to get these satellites up in the air because we're about to lose like 4 countries that we need. Like we were gonna have no money. Like we were gonna be completely fucked. We would not be able to buy anything. So I'm just letting the days pass. As I'm about to get both satellites, shit hits the fan in Sao Paulo.
As it is wanted.
Which happens anyway. But essentially, we had to go rescue people there. And bossed that mission, rescued like 75% of the people, lost 1 soldier, got out of that, got my satellites, and ended up with a B+.
Nice.
And I was like,
Nice.
how the fuck did I turn that around on that one mission? Everything was literally 5 countries. I was like, for sure.
So much of that game is just second-to-second decision-making.
Yes.
But, like, it really... I'm glad it's not real-time. I'm glad it's turn-based because so much of it is just sitting there and just, like, you know, hand over the mouth, just like,
Oh no.
oh, fuck, what do I do here? Because even a really generic move, like, I think I'll move this guy over here. He can die.
Yep.
Like, it's very Spelunky-like, almost in that way. Like, oh, I think I'll just go and do this little thing over here. And now he's fucking dead.
I almost want to change this category to the XCOM love
Because I've
fest.
got another story. I just want to tell a story.
Last one, then we got to move on.
All right,
Yeah.
All right, you
And
want
Boris has to
Actually, do
go.
Yeah.
I have
right.
not played XCOM, so mine will be
I
short.
can't spoil anything from Walking Dead, but Walking Dead had some fucking terrifying moments, even just last night.
Yeah.
But I also want to call out, because we haven't mentioned it yet, the white phosphorus scene from Spec Ops: The Line, which is such a gut punch. And the thing is, what makes it really smart is it's exactly the same as the Death from Above scene in Modern Warfare 1, Call of Duty 4. Except they make you walk through it afterwards. Like, that's the only difference. Like, it plays exactly the same.
Yeah.
There's that sense of, like, detachment. Like, they're the bad guys. Let's take them out.
Yeah,
And in that
in screen, yeah.
Yeah, in Call of Duty 4, it's just like rah rah. Like, it's kind of funny. We're just blowing these guys away. Now you have to walk through it, and that means everything.
And you can
everything
hear,
is different.
like, the flesh. You can hear the sizzling, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I also would just throw the. Did you get to near the end with the?
I probably don't know the scene you're talking about. I know. I'm sure there are more moments.
say a word that I will know that will not tip him off is what is going on. What's that?
Civvies.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really...
that's up there.
Fuck, man. That whole game is it's just like a black metal album. None of it is uplifting ever.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me.
Boris.
So
Can you allow links for Mala?
She's a mod. It didn't
best-
erase it.
My best gaming moment was obliterating Rob at the Resistance 3 beta.
This fucking podcast is over.
One of my favorite
2011,
things.
you ass. Shut up.
Oh, please. Oh, was that 2011?
That was 2011.
I guess I didn't play that.
I know you
dinosaur.
hold it close to your heart.
The memory is so
It's
delicious. He hasn't let it
timeless.
go
so
yet.
delicious. It transcends time completely.
All right, next. That's it. Okay.
All right.
Most influential game of 2012, and then I think we'll take another break. Does anybody actually want to do stupid news ones next, or should we
No.
just jump to the?
No, we
Yes.
can skip the stupid. Oh, you want to do the news?
No, I don't. I do
Okay,
not.
I don't want to do the. I think we can skip the stupid news.
Okay,
stuff, man.
because mine is Dark Souls 2 got announced, and that's it. I'm done. That's the best
Really?
news. That's the best news ever.
Yeah.
Sure.
So most influential game of 2012, and then we'll take another break. Who wants to start?
I'll go. I think the most influential game is going to end up being Dishonored. I think you're going to see free-form stealth games.
That'd be
Due to
awesome.
how well Dishonored sold, I think more people are going to get ballsy about building their own world, making stealth games, or games that give you more of a choice to
Right.
tackle things
Yeah.
as you want to
Like
do
a
them.
vertical kind of gameplay
Yeah.
and all that. I'd like to say Spec Ops. It won't be, but because not enough people played that.
Yeah.
But that if in the next 5 years a major publisher makes as ballsy or like player hating and all that kind of game like that, I'll be shocked. But you know what I think actually could be The Walking Dead, like the kind of incredible press and like that thing has gotten and kind of mainstream like notice. That will be really interesting where what developers take from that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I gotta say that probably Journey, in terms of the downloadable game realm, because that took, I mean, not only commercial sales but
did it sell really well?
Style of gameplay. Like, yeah, it sold. I think it is the best-selling PSN game.
Okay, wow, nice.
And it is a game that cannot fit into any other marketing research. It is its own thing. It is not comparable, really, to what else is out there, and yet it was able to excel so far. So this is going to be one of those instances where everybody is going to now be analyzing, like, well, how did this game do so well, and how are our games not doing as well?
True.
It's going to suddenly be one of those rare cases of a game that basically pushed itself into the mainstream. And nobody knew that it was going to happen that way.
Yeah, Rum, how can you say Dishonored is influential? You don't think Dishonored is going to be influential? You don't think that stealth games have been on a serious decline for a very long time?
Yeah, and
They've been on a serious slide. And first of all, you admit that you didn't even fucking play it.
I mean, and it's the fucking Warren Spector team.
And when I say
from the Thief people who
when I say influential, I'm not talking people are going to look and say there has never been a game like this before. Stealth games have been taking a pounding for a very long time. Mark of the Ninja is another game that could end up being very influential.
Yes.
But in terms of sales, stealth games selling, no. They don't sell. Dishonored sold. It's going to show you how to do. You can do stealth games, and they can sell. This is how.
And to be fair, the problem with Dishonored is that you don't have to play it as a stealth game.
No, you don't have to.
That's not a problem. But even if you're stealth games, it's also more of the Deus Ex thing. Like it and Deus Ex, Human Revolution coming out last year, both I think are parts of, hey, maybe these kind of games can come back, kind of thing.
Just like a break away from just the crushing linearity that's been the hallmark of this generation of games. I think we're starting to Dishonored.
Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3. I mean, there's like Dishonored is just one off the top of my head, but I think years from now we're going to look back and we're going to look at Dishonored and say, see, that game did stealth good. The same way we look back at Thief or Tenchu and say that game did it right. I think we're going to look back at Dishonored and probably say the same thing.
Probably.
Well, the only place that you can really say those games are doing things I've never seen before are in the indie space. If you have a AAA title, guess what? It's a genre you've seen before. Right. It doesn't mean that it can't be influential in that genre.
Yeah.
And reboot an entire genre.
That's a good point.
Yep. You guys don't think XCOM is going to be influential?
It will be.
Bringing back.
It is. It's a runner-up for me.
That's an interesting one. Do you think anyone else can make that though? We'll still do it. I don't know. We'll see.
Try. I don't know.
FTL.
Yes, actually.
FTL.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of, as Boris was saying, like I guess there's probably been games kind of like that beforehand, but I have no fucking clue.
But I also just think that, it's
Kickstarter.
Yeah, I think. There is something to be said about crowdfunding, that it can produce high-quality games. And FTL is a very high-quality game. And the fact that it's not really a complex concept. It's got a lot of really simple ideas in it.
When I saw screenshots of it and like kind of read some of the description, I was like, oh, God, what? And like everyone loved it. It's like, I should pick it up. It's a couple dollars, but I don't think I'm going to get this or understand it or play very far in it, and then I beat it. But
the first time through.
But still, like, it's
pretty
simple,
sensational,
pretty awesome.
Can I, not to circle back, can I bring up another game that I think
of course
is going to be highly influential in its little area? Guild Wars 2. I don't think MMOs are going to be able to pull the same shit that they were anymore. And I mean, Secret Worlds, after seeing how well Guild Wars 2 did with the no subscription, just buy it, did the same fucking thing.
And they were actually prepared to do it. That's the thing that's so skeezy about them, is that they released that with
What
a
we talking
lifetime
about?
subscription,
What,
then pulled the
Secret World?
DC,
Yeah.
then they pulled the DCUO thing and the Star Trek thing of, oh, we're gonna go free to play now. We just got $200 from it. Fuck it, it doesn't matter. And it's, here's my thing. I have a lot of issues with the Secret World, but I also have feels for that game. I really do like the Secret World. It's just Guild Wars trumps it on just about. Guild Wars 2 trumps it on just about every level. That's the problem. In a year without Guild Wars 2, that probably would have been my favorite MMO, of this year. Which is, unfortunately, it would not have gone higher than that on my list because it's not really a great game. Guild Wars 2 is a fantastic game.
Right. I think Charkia noted kind of like XCOM just kind of such a proof, not just the XCOM first person shooter, but also like Syndicate came out this year, and again it's just like, oh yeah, we got this old property. Let's fucking forget the old properties game at all and just make a first person shooter.
Syndicate sold really well though.
No, it did
it?
not.
I thought it did.
That bombed.
Did it bomb? Oh,
Syndicate.
all right.
I don't know the exact numbers, but I want to say
was-
its first month across all platforms, it sold like 50,000 or something.
Yeah, I heard
I
it
thought
was
it did better than
Yeah,
that.
dude. I think
really
it sold
awesome.
worse
Okay.
than like Shadows of the Damned or something.
Wow,
Something weird
that's
like that.
EA whiffs again. Holy shit.
Really badly.
Wow.
And then 2K goes
I'm gonna
and
look that
makes 2K goes and makes, XCOM, modern XCOM in the same
sworn
thing,
that
and it's
sold.
like, and
Did that
What,
sell
the
well?
Skrillex trailer didn't get people out to the stores to buy Syndicate?
sell that well on.
I thought Skrillex could
console,
sell
but I don't
any
know.
game.
It sold really, really well on PC.
You put Skrillex in a Wii U title, it'll sell like gangbusters.
That's why I bought Far Cry 3.
That's put him in. I'm surprised
Skrillex
Skrillex
was
isn't
in
in
it.
Zombie U. Okay, I think that with that we're gonna take a quick break, and we're not gonna do the stupid news.
I'm just gonna
awards.
say, Tristan, I'm not saying that Syndicate necessarily was a bad game. It's just it could have been called absolutely anything. Why didn't you make a fucking Syndicate game? Like Firaxis made a fucking XCOM game.
Because for some reason, publishers think that just because you attach a name to a title, it's gonna sell. It's like, oh, people used to love Syndicate.
That's
Here, we'll
why I
sell-
bought Spec Ops,
we'll sell-
because I
yeah,
loved
exactly.
whatever the hell what.
No.
Yeah.
But
joking.
that's not.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, it's infuriating because it's the same thing with the sort of conspiracy theory around XCOM. They pitched everybody a shooting game, and then they said, "Oh yeah, fuck that. Let's actually make the game people want."
Right.
Without counting PC downloads, which I wish this industry would grow up
Yes.
and
Oh
just
my God.
tell us how
Steam.
games sell. But
Fuckers.
without counting digital downloads, Syndicate across all platforms sold approximately 220,000.
Oh,
That's not good.
Yeah.
oh.
Hey, Boris. Hey, Boris. Hey, guys. Boris.
Was it
Boris.
Starburst that did that?
Boris.
Yo.
I want to ask you something. This is something I legitimately have been wondering on that subject before we take this break. So, a mid-budgeted game by a major publisher, Xbox, PS3, PC. How many sales to be considered a success?
I mean, obviously, it just depends on what the budget was.
Right.
I mean, like mid-budgeted,
Do-
like the most
do,
middle.
real-
Budget.
Because
back
I've
napkin.
always wondered. Because sometimes, like Kingdoms of Amalur, you hear that across all platforms
Yeah.
it sold 2 million, and I'm like, oh, good for them. No, terrible.
That doesn't sound
Yeah.
that
Well,
high,
yeah,
actually.
That's only if you're the Rhode Island government.
Yeah.
No,
but
that
like,
doesn't-
what
2
would you
million is
say?
kinda low. I
But
think
like,
it's
what would you say for like a mid-budgeted, clearly most middle budget you can think of, sales to be considered a success?
Middle of the road budget, I'd say it would have to be in the probably in the 2,000 or 2 million range, like
Okay.
over,
At least 2 million.
let's say the 60-year time frame.
And do you
That's
know why
again
they
just
still
like
don't
kind of,
report?
those are more so numbers pulled straight out of my ass.
Right,
I don't
maybe 2 to
really
3 or
know,
something,
but
yeah.
And do you know why they still won't report digital download numbers? I always
That
wonder
I
that.
can't give
I
you.
can't
I believe it
fathom
wasn't,
that.
wasn't
Because of Steam.
Well, it's Steam, but it was also the group that was reporting the numbers. Why can't I remember the
Well, Steam still doesn't release it. It's up to the developer or the publisher
right? That's
to,
what it is.
to say how
but
much.
it was also there used to be an organization that you would hear places talk about these numbers every month.
Oh, yeah.
NPD?
Yeah,
Yeah,
NPD.
yeah.
Yeah, and they sort of like stopped doing that because they were only releasing those numbers for companies to check in on other people's,
Well, I'm gonna-
sales.
I'm gonna take a
It
guess.
wasn't really for news
Regular people.
news
Oh,
sites
right,
and
right.
like that was a paid for thing.
Right.
But now
people
it's
then
becoming
released.
relevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's become irrelevant.
I think I'm gonna take a wild guess here. I'm thinking maybe just like retail, like literally like box stores need to just they need to release that information, legally or something, whereas like a digital site doesn't. So, hey, Walmart still needs to tell everyone how much so someone can go and collect that information.
You know what the problem is? It's that, and it's also that the publishing in this industry is like, it's two-faced. It's all the time it's two-faced. At the same time, people are talking about problems with piracy and digital downloads and all this stuff, and that digital downloads is a future and doing all that stuff. They're still going back to the retailers and putting all of this stuff in stores with all these deals that they have that put power in the hands of GameStop and Best Buy and all of these. It's this watch my mouth, watch my hands when my mouth is moving because I'm going to steal the money out of your wallet. It's a tough balancing act that they play. The publishers cannot screw over retailers while they are still here.
Yeah, right.
They
true.
may be on the out, but while they are still here, they cannot screw them over.
Yeah.
E3, they cannot screw them over.
Yeah.
Walmart is still one of the biggest companies that goes to E3 every year, seeing what they can put on shelves. It's fucking crazy.
Same reason they'll bitch about GameStop, but they need GameStop.
Yes,
Can't get rid of them yet.
Yes, they do.
All right, you want to take this?
Yes, we do. We need
break?
to take a break. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring some music back up here. Guys, thank you so much for watching more of the Crashstravaganza. We are going to be back in a couple of minutes with the dubious awards, my favorite awards, cataloging some of the worst of 2012. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be right back after this. This is the GCTV Random Cast, Crashstravaganza. We'll see you in a minute.
Do you want to do